Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? Hello, I'm Kiana. Welcome. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as click on that bell icon to stay notified on whenever I upload my videos. If you're not new, then welcome back. So today's video is going to be my everyday foundation routine, but not just my everyday foundation routine, my everyday cream foundation routine. So I'm someone who has super oily skin, like excessively oily skin, and whenever I think about applying cream products on my face, I'm immediately turned off by it. So the fact that I have finally felt comfortable to do a whole foundation routine, or finally have built a whole foundation routine just solely using cream products, is just very satisfying. So this routine is going to be great for anybody who has super oily skin like I do, but just a little bit of a disclaimer, just because these products work for me doesn't mean they're going to work for you, but this is just a routine that I have finally found that just works out perfectly for my skin type as well as my skin conditions, if that makes sense. They sit well on my skin, but again, it might work for me, but it might not work for you. So before I start rambling on a little bit too much, let's hop right into this cream foundation routine. Okay, so the first thing I like to do in my foundation routine is definitely prime my skin, and I actually use a multitude of different primers just to really add that little bit of extra hydration back into the skin. So even though I have oily skin, I love to make sure my skin is nice and hydrated, because the main cause for oily skin is because of hydration. So your skin is actually lacking any sort of hydration that it needs, so it's overproducing oils to kind of overcompensate and make up for the fact that your skin is secretly dehydrated. So the first thing I'm going to go in with today is my Urban Decay Quick Fix Priming Mist. So this is going to help with dehydration, priming the skin, as well as reducing the look of pores. Ooh, give it to me. Then I like to go in with my second primer, which is my Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizing Primer. It's the smoothing primer. It's literally my all-time favorite. So I'm going to mainly concentrate this on my T-zone area. This is literally one of my favorite primers just because it helps with oil control, it helps shrink the size of the pores, and just makes my skin look very even in texture. If you have oily skin, I definitely recommend going in with less of a silicone-based primer. So I wouldn't recommend a Smashbox, like the Photo Finish primer, just because any sort of silicone primer will make your oily skin even more oily and can cause your foundation to break down and separate and slip off the skin throughout the day. So I like to really press this product into my face. So the next primer I'm going to go in with is my Makeup Forever Step 1 Radiance Primer. I'm going to apply this just kind of like on the cheek area and the cheekbone area and under the eye, just to add that little bit of radiance and luminosity back into the skin. Even though I'm super oily, I still like my skin to look radiant. Lately I haven't been loving like the look, like a complete matte look. I've been loving a little bit of luminosity and glow to the face. That's just my personal opinion though. So now that we are done with priming the skin, I'm going to move on to foundation. So the foundation that I've been completely loving lately is my Bobbi Brown. This is the Skin Foundation Stick. This is a little bit too dark for me at the moment, but literally has been my all-time favorite foundation as of lately. It gives a beautiful full coverage, makes the skin look beautiful, but as you can see, it's a little dark, but I make it work with my skin. So I like to start off by just applying this foundation all over half of my face and then blending out and then do the other half. And my favorite brush at the moment for doing this is the M439 from Morphe Cosmetics. It's literally one of my all-time favorite foundation brushes just because it really does buff everything out really nicely. And for the stick foundation, I really don't like to necessarily buff it out. I like to kind of dab it into the skin, just kind of like press it in. And I love this foundation when I want to do more of a glowy look because it gives me a soft matte finish. So it's not going to be something that's completely matte, makes the skin look super dry, but it's not going to be super dewy and oily. So it just gives me that really nice in between. So as you can see the difference, the coverage is literally phenomenal and it just evens out the skin tone and makes everything look absolutely flawless. So now I'm going to go in with my highlighting concealer. I have been obsessed with my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the shade L5 Neutral. This is just super brightening. I like it because it's a full coverage matte finish, so if you have more of an oily or under eye, you're not going to experience a lot of creasing or kind of like oil buildup throughout the day. So I like to just pop this directly underneath the eye and kind of take it out a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with some down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, chin, just the usual places. Now I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender to blend everything out to get a really nice, just seamless application and just a flawless application as well. So now that we have the skin highlighted, I'm going to move on to some cream contouring. So if you know me, you know that I have been recently hating cream contouring, but I think like a few weeks ago I really started getting back into it again and I am completely obsessed. So I think the reason that I totally fell out of love with cream contouring is definitely the way I was applying it. It just was super splotchy and uneven and heavy, but I've recently found a way to apply it that makes me look absolutely flawless. So the product that I like to cream contour with is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze. A lot of people like to take this directly onto the skin, but what I like to do, I'm going to put it on my little palette here beside me. Then I'm going to go in with my Morphe E8 brush, just a really small domed synthetic brush. Pick up a little tiny bit of the product, like I mean tiny. And then start just slowly buffing this into the skin, just mapping out where you want your contour to be. Then I've been taking a stippling brush to blend everything out. This has been the best way that I found to apply cream contour to give a very nice airbrushed, flawless, even look to the skin. Like, it gives me a contour without being crazy over the top. I like to blend this upwards as well. This is definitely going to give you more of like a natural diffuse contour, nothing that is super kind of like sharp and precise. Then if I feel like I need to, I go in with just some concealer to clean it up, just to highlight as well as clean up anything that kind of was dragged down a little bit too far. So now I'm going to go in with my cream blush. I have been obsessed with this cream blush from NYX. This one's in the shade Natural and I like it because it looks super natural. So I like to take this blush on my Makeup Forever 122 Straight and Wavy Stipple brush, and I like to pick up some on the brush, tap it off to the back of my hand, and then go ahead and apply it on the cheek. This will give you just a natural little bit of flush to the face, just a little bit of color without being too over the top. So as you can see so far, my skin is looking not super shiny, but just a little bit, almost like that healthy natural glow and luminosity. I really love it. So the second last step that I have to do is definitely go in with a highlighter. So this is my NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. And I just like to take some of this on the back of my hand and warm it up in between my fingers. And then go ahead and apply this directly on the face. And then just blend it out with the stippling brush. I go in with a little bit more just because I really do want that amplified highlight. I love the look of an all cream foundation routine, but I can't get away with wearing it throughout the whole entire day without it coming off. So I do go in with a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent powder, just on a large fluffy brush. So I just go in with a large fluffy powder brush and ever so lightly just set the face. Not by applying a whole lot, just enough to make sure that this foundation and concealer and whatever we applied on the skin today does not come off, especially underneath the eye, because that is where I crease like a madwoman. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay Quick Fix Priming Spray, just to give a little bit of that dewy luminosity look back to the skin, as when you set it, it does look a little bit powdery, so just applying a little bit of this is going to reduce the look of a powdery face. So that is just the end of my cream foundation routine for my oily skin. If you found this video helpful and want to see more of these types of videos, then give this video a huge thumbs up. As well as don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon, the bell. Click on that bell, ting, 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 to just stay updated and notified whenever I upload a video, just because the algorithm is a little weird. So if you want to see more of me, check me out on all my social media. It's KianaCairnsxo on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. You know the drill. Just follow me on all my social media accounts to just stay updated with my day-to-day life and what I just do every day. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Love you.